everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. This is kind of a very spontaneous, impromptu reading. I just felt the call to come and do this reading. I'm actually working on another pick a card reading that I'm super excited about, but it's not quite finished yet. I'm still editing it, and I actually have one more pile to record. But I felt so called to do a messages from your spirit guides, from your soul family, because Dia de los Muertos started yesterday and it actually ends today. Today is the 2nd, November 2nd. So in honor of Day of the Dead, I thought that I would do this reading, although it was kind of unplanned. And I feel like I have the perfect candle. I love it so much. It was on sale because all of the Halloween stuff is on sale now. I got it from Michael's. I might go back and get some more because they're so cool. So if you guys would like to take this time now to close your eyes, to take a couple of deep breaths, and really connect to your spirit guides, your angels, those that are on the other side of the veil, giving you signs and, the ones that really love you and care for you and are really here supporting you on your journey. I will be inserting an image of the objects that you can choose from to select your pile, and I'll see you at your reading. Welcome to your reading if you selected this little spider right here or the first group. We are going to just be pulling a few tarot cards as well as a Rumi Oracle deck card to get some messages from your soul family, your ancestors, your spirit guides, those that are working on the other side to assist you on your journey. Let's see if any messages want to come through that they have to impart for you. I don't intend for these readings to be long today, just a very quick to the point message. I just saw the 8 of Wands, so yes, there's definitely a message here that they want to communicate with you. Let's see. The Queen of Pentacles. The Magician. The 5 of Wands, Queen of Cups. I'll pull one more. 2 more decided they wanted to come out. So we have Judgment and the 8 of Pentacles. I think I will be pulling 6 cards per pile. Spirit had a better plan than me. And bottom of the deck energy is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the message I'm seeing here for you is to take care of yourself. I feel like right now you might be feeling a lot. I don't know, I'm just getting like it might be a tender time for you. You might be feeling a lot of your emotions or just really in touch with your emotions. So it's kind of like a softer side of you, maybe what's coming out to the surface at this time. And you may really want to be of service, like really help people. Like you may be really connecting with people and feeling their struggles and their pain. And you might really want to be there for them and help them. And, like be a guiding light, talk to them, provide a safe space for them to express themselves, to come to, somewhere where they can feel safe, provided for, somewhere where, you have resources to give, to offer. Maybe this is what you do for a living, and if not, this is the type of energy that you are. You're just feeling very giving, very soft, tender, loving, supportive. And if you're finding that you're not really in that energy and that's not really a good description of you and what you provide, maybe Spirit is trying to tell you to provide these things for yourself, to make sure that you're prioritizing your emotions, how you feel, that you take that into consideration, how you move about your day, because I do see that you are a hard worker. You are showing up to do whatever it is that you need to do every day. You are being responsible, you're focused, dedicated on whatever your responsibilities are. Even if you have some type of conflict or inner turmoil or even outer turmoil, whatever it is, there is some type of like disruptive type of energy that I am seeing here with this 5 of Wands. So maybe you're feeling like either in your environment, maybe people aren't really seeing eye to eye. There could be a lot of bickering, a lot of back and forth, a lot of, just little minor annoyances. And despite all of this, like, you keep showing up, you keep pushing through and doing what you have to do. The Spirit is saying, like, to take care of this. Don't just ignore this and put on a strong face and keep going about your day. They're saying to acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge the tension, and take that into consideration when you're going about your day. Like, if you have a super busy day but you're low on energy, or you're feeling a little sad that day, maybe some things are coming up to the surface that is just making you feel a little bit agitated, then take it easy for that day. Spirit is saying, like, it's all in your hands. Like, don't forget that you are the one in charge, you are the one in control. You don't have to push yourself and be like, well, I have no time to feel, I have no time to be sad today. I have no time to take care of myself today and be gentle with myself today and take it easy today. Spirit is saying, yes, you do. And as a matter of fact, you always have that option, to check in with yourself and to see how it is that you're feeling and to go along with your day, really taking those things into consideration and not just kind of like stuffing it down and making the mistake of thinking that, like, you don't have time to deal with this. I think the tension might be coming from because, you want a new situation for yourself. I feel like you're working towards something and you're working towards a goal, and it's kind of like, what's coming, what you're working towards, what you want, you can see it, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, when is this gonna happen? Like, I can almost taste it, I can almost touch it, and you're just getting a little bit antsy about, like, it coming in finally, like it finally just being here, versus you sitting and waiting for it, anticipating it. It's like the anticipation is building. So maybe this is good excitement, maybe this kind of tension here that I was picking up on doesn't necessarily have to be like a negative thing. It could just be like reaching a goal, something that you really had to work hard on, and just like finally seeing the finish line. Like, you're finally seeing it. You're getting super close, and so you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm almost there, I'm almost done. So yeah, Spirit just wants you to be very comfortable, very cozy, take care of yourself, of your feelings, of your emotions. I'm seeing someone like in a beautiful house with like a nice cozy blanket and like in bed. If you feel like you don't want to get out of bed one day, it's okay to work in bed. You can make your bed your office. If you have the luxury of doing that, of course. But it's saying, like, just take care of yourself. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable, that you're taken care of. Remember that you are the one in control here, with the power here. You make the calls, you make the decisions. There's nothing, outside of you that is like calling the shots or anything like that. Like, Spirit wants you to know, like, you choose. Like, you can wake up one day and be like, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit like I have low energy, or maybe I didn't get the best rest last night. I'm going to take it easy today. Maybe I'm not going to go, do that HIIT workout or go hard at the gym today, like that. Like, just check in with yourself and move according to how you feel. And Spirit is acknowledging that you are reaching success very soon. You are going to be reaching some kind of like a milestone or something. So might as well just make yourself comfortable while you get there, because I feel like you're the type of person that maybe you're like, I don't know. Like, for example, for myself, sometimes like I'll be so laser focused on something, like I'll have tunnel vision and I'll forget everything else. It's like when I'm working and I'm focused, hours just fly by and I completely like forget to eat or, forget to do things for myself. So Spirit is kind of like putting a spotlight on that. Like, don't do that. Make sure that you check in, that you're connected with yourself, and that you move along with your day according to your energy levels and how you feel, like taking those things into consideration, making sure that you're comfortable and taken care of and happy. Spirit just wants you to be like very clear to the point that you can pick up on if something isn't like fair or balanced. Don't neglect yourself. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, in case your workload is heavy. Don't let other people or even yourself like take advantage of the fact that you're like a really good worker. Like you get things done. You can be really dedicated and have like really good attention to detail. Just because you're like that, like you're a good worker, it doesn't mean that you should be overworked or that you can't like also take care of other aspects of your life, like they want you to make sure that you are taking care of all aspects, because maybe you're really focused on something and like you forget about other areas in life. So they want you to kind of achieve like a good balance of everything, and they're saying that you can't because maybe you have like this feeling of like, no, I have to do this, I have to finish, I have to get to where I'm going, and like you have like that tunnel vision, and Spirit just wants you to know like there are other aspects of life that might need your attention right now too. They want you to consider everything. Like you don't have to just focus on one thing or feel like that urgency to finish something. Like make sure that you are focusing on all aspects equally and fairly, because when you do this, this is really going to help whatever type of tension that you're feeling, or like this, if you're feeling any kind of inner turmoil, or if there's any bickering and fighting, just something like that. It doesn't have to be anything big. I don't see that it's anything big. I see it's something minor. It's like annoyances, little annoyances. So in whatever way that's manifesting for you, Spirit is saying that you can clear that by just also focusing on other aspects too, versus like putting all of your attention into your work and whatever it is that you're building and creating. Whatever this is that you're committed to showing up for daily, don't lose sight of like the other areas too, whether you have to like nurture other people in your life. Maybe there's people that might feel neglected by you, so maybe you have to kind of make time for these people, be a little bit more sensitive to them, to what they're feeling, to their emotions, make time to invite them over, have lunch together, create a safe space where they can communicate with you or you can communicate with them. Maybe you guys need to spend some quality time together. Maybe, you both need to cozy up and be comfortable and just chill and talk. Whether you need to do that for yourself, by yourself, or you need to do this with another person, for another person. Of course, as always, take it how it resonates. Just invite like love back into your life, and it doesn't have to be like romantic love. It could be, it very well could be, but like just fun, like watch a movie, get lost in the movie, listen to music, get lost in the music, take time to meditate, like take time to nourish your dreams and to talk about, your visions and things that you think about that aren't real yet, but that are fun to imagine and to daydream about. Like they're saying it's okay for you to incorporate some of that into, like to let yourself be touched by life or by something that like moves you, like let yourself be moved in whatever way that is, So maybe like watch movies that are really going to like be inspirational or be like sentimental in a way that moves you. If there's a movie that you have that like always gets you, put it on. If you can go to like a beautiful like forest and go for a walk, and I don't know, it's like just feel the magic or something. It's saying like feel the magic, connect to your dreams, connect to whatever it is that moves you, that inspires you, and invite more of that in. Stuff that makes you like dreamy and daydream and fantasize. Like it's okay to fantasize. Like I remember one of my favorite things to do like a long time ago was talk about like, if I won the lottery, what would I do? You know, stuff like that, like hypothetical things, but that it gets you excited and it motivates you and inspires you because it's just fun to think about, you know. There's really no other objective to that type of conversation other than like, it's a fun conversation to have. It's a fun thing to think about, you know. So just more getting lost in the moment and, you know, feeling the magic and allowing it to kind of like penetrate your reality and easing up. I feel like ease up, you're almost there. Spirit is saying you're almost there. Like you put in the work, you worked hard, you really, you know, bossed up, you did what you had to do. You're almost there. It's coming in, you know, like no matter what, your ships are coming in. You know it. You can feel it. You know it's close. So it's okay. Like ease up, calm down, and just enjoy yourself more. Make more space, more room to do like more things that you would maybe consider to be like unproductive or mindless. I think it's going to be really good for you. Okay, so let's see what Rumi Oracle deck comes up for you guys. We got the right choice. There was another one that slipped out. Layla. So we got number 29, which reduces to the number 11, and then we also have the number 34, which reduces to 7. So 711 or the number 29 or 34 could be significant here. Okay, look at this. Okay, so the right choice. The Rumi poem says, "Stay close to those who know about the heart. Choose the shade of a tree that is in constant bloom. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar. Not every down has an up. Not every eye has vision. Not every sea contains pearls. On the path of love, there is not so much wrong and right in the moral sense, so much as what is wrong or right for you. The mind cannot help so much here. Only the heart can speak such truths. The mind may reject it, recoil, analyze, and find all of the reasons why the simple truth, the right choice of the heart, cannot possibly work and only lead to pain. That is what the mind does rather well, actually. But it doesn't mean the right choice. The heart choice becomes incorrect. It means, rather, that the heart has outsmarted the mind, and the mind will need to bow to the heart even without understanding its sometimes impenetrable mysteries. Or one can choose to stay in inner conflict, fighting against the right choice. But eventually, love will prevail, and the way forward must be taken. So can you give up what you have planned, believed, or decided? Let the heart wisdom that silently and constantly broadcasts its pure and true intention into the fertile womb of the universe lead the way instead. It will lead you along the right path, to the right house where sits the right master for you. He grabs you in a bear hug and gently whispers into your ear, "What took you so long? I've been waiting for you since the day you were born. Now we are together, and it's time for us to play." It is said that one man's meat is another man's poison. To base your choices on what others have chosen for themselves may end up killing you. Better to take risks on the angel of your own heart, wise as that being is, and dance to your own heart rhythm instead. There may be fear if others seem to be dancing different steps, but you know it's just because every heart has its own unique rhythm, and yours doesn't want to waltz so much as to tango. So why not allow it to be without fear or doubt? This oracle comes with a message for you. In your heart, you know what holds meaning for you. You may or may not have a grand vision to go along with that meaning as of yet, but deep within, you know what is without value and what holds value for you. You were born with those values intact in your heart, and whatever confusion has arisen for you along the way, is just where the values of others have transfused into your own blood. It is time for a transfusion of holy light into that blood to be cleansed and purified, restored to its integrity, and filled with passion for what is rightfully yours, your unique passion and purpose. This oracle comes as an omen of good things headed your way: clarity, reassurance, truth, and revelation. Don't hold on to a belief system or vision if it appears to be tossed on its head. Let things go the way they will, and good fortune will prevail. The vision might have actually been upside down this whole time and suddenly able to right itself. Or perhaps there is a more fulfilling version of your vision lurking in its remnants. Trust that if you are being drawn away from a tantalizing sweet shop, there is a more delicious array of confection just around the corner for you. So yes, have your tantrum if you must, but you will be sheepish soon when you realize the hand of the great beloved that removes is the same hand that bestows even greater gifts. So you can close your eyes and say out loud, with gratitude and trust, I release that which is not rightfully mine. I give thanks for the grace that is bestowed upon me now as I accept my rightful divine inheritance. I honor my heart wisdom. May my heart always be my leading light, showing me the way of grace. So be it. So yeah, you may have gotten some meaningful messages here. I can see with the tarot cards how that could be depicted here. You know, something that you're really working hard on could be causing you some type of like inner turmoil because maybe you feel like this was something that you had to do, but like your true purpose could lie elsewhere maybe. Like you could be realizing that the work you've been doing isn't really authentically what you want to do, and Spirit could be telling you that you have all of the resources and the tools that you need to make a judgment call and to choose different for yourself, to go down a path that is more authentic, that will be more authentic to you. So yeah, there definitely is like a decision with this judgment card and then the right choice that came out. So let's move on to the next card. It's called Layla, number 34. And yeah, this card is talking about like not knowing where you're going, having like no sense of self, and really stepping into like the wild unknown. And now I'm thinking about that quote that says, to become something, you must be willing to first become nothing. Even if you feel like things are collapsing and things are chaotic, it's saying that you will be led exactly where you're meant to be, and you're going to be so intoxicated by love when you find that you are merging to your divine purpose. It's going to feel like a great love exploding inside of you. So it's saying like, who cares if for the time being you have no idea where you're going, where you're headed, what your job is supposed to be. Currently, you are moving through a period of not knowing, but it is in this place that the seed can crack open and take root. It is in the darkness that this happens, not in the light. So you do need to have trust and know that this is the way of nature. This is the way of life, and it must be honored. So it says, this oracle brings you ancient wisdom. It guides you not to fear the darkness, but to enter into it willingly. It is not for you to become lost, but to find your way. This oracle is saying that in darkness, there is the path. Do not turn away from it. Let it be. Be with the lack of knowing. When people ask of you so many questions and demand sensible answers to support their notion of reality, do not bow to such unworthiness and fear. Know that their minds may be fearful for your safety and their own, but that their fear is nothing to you. It's not even anything to them. They just don't know that yet. Under the sacred black cloak of night, the Divine Mother has invited you into her chamber. In that place you shall experience annihilation, but only that of which is untrue, that of which would hold you back, dampen your spirit, or prevent you from bursting into full aliveness. For that which is true is already seated deep in her womb and is preparing to be born, strong and with good, powerful legs. So when it is time, it will leap like a wild creature, all instinct and intuition, into the morning light. For this moment, however, there is darkness, and that is essential for the appearance, so eminent, of the light on its way. This oracle brings you guidance. If you find yourself to be sad, to be grieving, whether you know for what or not, or even depressed or struggling, feeling as though you are being pulled down, do not fight, bear witness instead. Allow what is taking place to take place. Allow what is happening to happen. You shall find a joy in allowing the interplay of darkness and the light to take place according to a greater unfolding of your own divine growth process. Yeah, so it definitely seems that you are needing to make a choice and to head down a path that is going to be more authentically your own, something that may not have been previously laid out for you, and to be okay with kind of being in that in-between place of not really knowing where you might be going, but absolutely knowing without a shadow of a doubt that you will be successful and that you will be put on your path and that you will be very happy. You seem to be in a position of power here, in a really good position where you have the tools, the resources, the skills, the intelligence to make these shifts wherever they're needed, okay? And it actually looks like really good energy. It doesn't look like stepping into the void and it's going to be so scary. Like I said, like the only card I'm seeing here that's showing like a little bit of tension is like very minor. It seems to be like just very small minor annoyances. So this could just be like reassurance for you. I feel like maybe you've been on your path, like you already know this and you've already made a decision maybe like to move in this direction, and you're probably like, okay, like when am I gonna see anything? Like when am I going to reach some kind of like a milestone here? And Spirit is just telling you to be patient because success is imminent. It is right around the corner. It is very close, is the way that it is appearing to me here. So in the meantime, make sure that you're focusing on self-care and don't neglect other areas of your life either, because this can be like all consuming and you might just have tunnel vision and only be like focused on this. But Spirit is kind of telling you to let go a little bit, to relax. It's like you already put in that groundwork, you know? So just let it come. Don't try to rush yourself out of this place. Be patient. You're almost there. Take care of yourself, of your surroundings, other aspects of life. Invite more lighthearted fun, play, and rest. Spend quality time with loved ones. Be there for your loved ones if they need you. And yeah, that was your message. I truly hope that served you. I do offer personal readings if you'd like to dive deeper into your specific situation, or if you have specific questions, or just want a reading that's more personalized for you. I will be more than happy to connect and work with you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye. Hey guys, welcome to your reading. If you chose this little purple owl here, or number 2, we're going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards to see if there are any messages for you from your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors that are guiding you from the other side. What messages may they want to impart to you at this time? Okay, it all came out. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the 9 of Swords. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so I think that there's something that needs to be done here in regards to like your home, or in regards to some type of like a connection here that really brings you a lot of joy. So if you have traveled somewhere and you feel so happy there, and you know you've traveled there multiple times, and every time you go there and you stay there, you feel like you're at your best, you just feel so fulfilled, you feel like it's home. Spirit is saying like maybe it's time for you to really make that place your home. Like maybe you feel like, oh, this is just somewhere I can come when I have some free time or when I have some like vacation time. This is where I come, but oh my gosh, I love this place every time I'm here. There's just like something about it. There's some kind of an energy here, some kind of like a pull here. And Spirit wants you to make that place like your home, like make that your resting place, like set roots down in that place. Or if this is a connection, or if this is a job, something, it's something where you're feeling like so happy there, or you feel like you're home, you feel like you're at home, you feel really happy emotions associated to whatever this place is. Spirit wants you to notice and to like make a decision about it, to make it more of a stable, steady place in your life, you know, whatever this is regarding. Because I'm seeing that like you feel this way, you know it, but it's like you're keeping your distance still. Maybe you're like, well, I can't move there because of so and so. Or if it's a person, Spirit wants you to like make that next move, like take that next step. Because they're saying, you know, if you feel something, feel it, you know, like allow yourself to feel it. Or if it's like a job or something, Spirit is saying like, why do you feel that you can't have a job like that? It's just coming to terms with something that really, really makes you happy. You know, it's like you're noticing something here that really brings you bliss, that really brings you joy. Like if you were to create roots here, it could be very successful and it could really fulfill you on an emotional level. Like you could just feel so happy and so blissful with whatever this is. But it's like, it's showing that you have to like give to it, like make that move or like go towards it. Like Spirit wants you to know that it's possible. It's possible for you to have this thing, whatever this is, because you might be weary. It's like you feel like, oh, it's too good to be true, or it's just a dream, or it's just a fantasy, or like I feel like you're kind of pushing it away or writing it off or something as like it being unrealistic. And Spirit says like, why? Why does it have to be unrealistic? It's actually very doable and very possible. And maybe if you're seeing some obstacles here, there is like some inner work that you need to do so that you can kind of like break past any of those barriers that may be in the way of you seeing this as being a possibility for you and being a very stable possibility. Like I'm not seeing anything that's shaky here. I'm seeing something that could be very solid and very long term, and that will make you emotionally so happy and so fulfilled and feel emotionally very safe. So if there's anything that's making you feel like this is not possible for you, since we do have this 9 of Swords energy, this is something that you may be kind of stressed out about and worried about. It seems to be that this stress is self-created because you are actually like in a really good position to create this, to make this happen. And this heaviness that you feel is coming from something like deep inside of yourself that you need to kind of like take a look at. There's something there that you need to address that's affecting how you're perceiving this. Because you might be like attaching yourself to some type of other place, you know, like, oh, well, no, I can't live there because my whole life is here, you know, but like you can take the steps, you know, needed to relocate, to do everything that you have to do, like in a logical sense, to make this a reality, you know. It just feels like you are holding on to some type of like a responsibility, or like you feel like you're attached to something else, like something about like your everyday reality, like your everyday 3D present moment feels heavy, and so like it feels like there's some kind of like a blockage to this. But I think what Spirit is trying to say is that it can be solved, that this is doable, and that any anxiety that you might be feeling is self-created, and that it actually can be overcome. And I'm hearing where there's a will, there's a way. So I just feel like you want something. You have found something that has made you feel like this is what I want to make stable in my life. I want to set roots here. It's like you're getting a feeling that something would make you very happy, but you just don't know how you're going to get there or how you're going to make it happen or if it's even possible. I think what the problem here is that you may be too stuck in a particular routine that may have already proven to work for you, because it may have provided you a lot of success up until this point in your everyday life that you can tangibly see and experience. But somehow this is what's restricting you. You may be too attached to the idea that there's a right way, a superior way, and this way is conflicting with your need now to authentically express yourself from your heart chakra. There is an energy that is policing you. It's like it's editing you. It's muzzling you. And what's needed now in this moment is for you to allow your heart to lead, for you to live from this space versus what's logical to you. You know, what would be the logical way to approach the situation? You know, this is an old tape that's running. You have to be able to consciously detach yourself from it so that you can utilize your free will and you don't continue to loop in this way of being because it's become so automatic for you. So what's needed is for you to act differently than you've ever acted before, because maybe you've yet to approach life from this heart space. The way that you've done it before is exactly what's restricting you. But I know that it can be difficult to approach life in a different way because up until this point, you've been very successful approaching life in this way that you know, that's become natural to you, that's become automatic. There's a need for you to not be restricted anymore, for you to not restrict your natural energy or, you know, your authentic expression, and to be confident in your own selfhood, taking this new approach. So yeah, this is definitely going to require a lot of awareness, self-awareness, and a lot of internal work, you know, because you have to kind of just shift the way that you would normally perceive things, view things, go about things, so that you can be more true to yourself. When you can be more true to yourself, more authentic, then I feel like the obstacles go away. And then you can see the way forward. But right now you can't see the way forward because it's so unnatural still, and you still have internal work to do here. It's like right now you just don't know how it's gonna happen or how it's gonna manifest. Like you feel like maybe there are things that are against you or there are blockages somehow here. But I think you will be receiving some kind of clarity, and it's going to come through introspection, some self-exploration. You're going to have to withdraw and contemplate on this to kind of like work through all of the barriers that exist inside. It's almost like you're going about it on your own, like you might be doing this on your own, like self-helping yourself. But you know that all of the answers you seek are within you. So you absolutely can figure this out on your own. And, you know, when we're looking for our right path, like there is a lot of questions that comes with that, you know, naturally. You start questioning everything. And this is good because, you know, that phase of questioning is what leads you to the search. And this search is going to lead you to some type of like enlightenment. And in order for us to reach this type of enlightenment, we do need to ask those questions that we don't necessarily want to ask, or face things that we don't necessarily want to face. something is coming up here for you to have to deal with. And it has to do with like something that's very internal and personal to you. It's like a burden, it feels heavy, and it's causing you a lot of anxiety. But Spirit is saying like, just question things, continue to question things, continue to gather information, to observe, to use your discernment, and to light up those dark corners that you didn't want to look in, but that is what's going to help you find your way back home again. So yeah, I just feel like you're definitely going through like some type of awakening process, and there is a light here that's shining for you to be able to see the way more clearly if you have felt lost in the past. Because I'm seeing like a lot of clarity here. I'm not seeing that you're super lost or not seeing things clearly. I'm seeing like that you are, again, like you are slowly completing the puzzle and putting all of the pieces where they need to go. So yeah, this is definitely a time to look within for answers, to take responsibility for, your own part in things. But yeah, I am seeing someone again that is very much so in their power, has everything they need, all of the tools, resources, skills, everything that you need, intelligence, all of it, to navigate your way through this. Remember, you are never alone. Okay, so let's pull a Rumi Oracle card to see what other message wants to come out for you. Okay, we have Dance of the Divine Feminine, and it's number 42, or number 6 could be significant as well. So the Rumi poem is, if a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. You may feel unsettled, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see, is it moving? Of course. It is hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness, yet you stand there, imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine it? Only through some misplaced fear. It is such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off. This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it is being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head or the pockets of your pants become freed of their contents, keys and wallets dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows you just want to be put down, to have a moment to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift, but don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more whirling and stumbling, whilst inspired by the music of the spheres. If you just accept the great invitation to dance, there won't be so much roughhousing going on. It won't be needed because your hair will already be in a mess, your blood will already be pumping, and you'll be sweating, laughing, smiling, and dancing. The great beloved will be alive in you, which is all that grand seducer ever wanted in the first place, even with all of the jokes and horseplay. There is a bigger magic for you to weave this lifetime. It is the priorities of the heart that matter to you. If you are ever to right yourself whilst the beloved is tipping you upside down, like a soaring bird in most impressive aerial dynamics, it will be through establishing right priorities, the priorities of your own heart. So ask your heart what matters most and attend to that. Soon you'll be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held on to appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become so easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your center will remain strong. This is what the Beloved wants for you. Such peace and relief it shall bring. But perhaps some shaking about is required first in case you are reluctant to give up some mainstays, unaware of how much they drain life away from your heart center. There's something that you may need to let go because it wants to grow and change into something utterly different. Whatever the outcome, growth is happening, and you'll find that you enjoy this way much more, with greater flow and support and less bashing of your head against the proverbial brick wall. Put your focus into your heart and realize that you are more ready than you think. What the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. So yeah, I feel like this message is just asking you to let go a little bit. I feel like maybe you are a very logical person. Maybe you are more of like a masculine, like a dominant masculine energy, and you like to know like the logistics of things. You like to kind of like have things like be in order and be in line and like have a plan and be prepared before you make any sudden moves or changes. And Spirit is asking you to connect more to like your intuition, to that fluid chaos that is the divine feminine energy, and trust that taking this approach could also lead to success. Just following your heart, and maybe you don't have a solid plan, and maybe things will just start making sense or being revealed as they need to as you move along. Even if you're not used to doing things in that way, you're being encouraged to open yourself up and to have more trust in yourself and life, because I do feel like something about your 3D material world, like your everyday reality, something is shifting, something is moving. I feel like you have a pretty good idea of where it is you want to head. Like you are feeling bliss. You're feeling very excited and very blissful about something, and feeling like, yes, I would definitely commit to this. I would nourish this. I would grow this. I want to give this a chance. But there is some kind of like healing, emotional healing that needs to happen here, or you need to take responsibility for yourself and for your emotions here in some way, so that you can work through whatever obstacles and blocks you are perceiving. Something about impulsivity is coming through here as well. Yeah, something about mastering impulsivity. So you need like this feminine side to quiet this impulsivity that you may have. And this is done through patience and skill and through infinite wisdom. Maybe you're learning how to interact with your masculine energy in a different way, in a more balanced way. And I'm seeing you being able to do this like very successfully. So just be patient with your process. This is beautiful energy, honestly. This looks really, really nice. It looks really happy, celebratory. It looks healing. It looks very comfortable and safe and stable. So I feel like these are the energies that are surrounding you, or this is what you are creating for yourself, what you are attracting to yourself through whatever it is that you may be going through at this time. You are reaching some kind of balance here, some kind of equilibrium. Things will fall into place perfectly, exactly as they should. Just be patient. I see you like just sitting, and like your light is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Like as you sit in this process, you're just becoming more and more wise and enlightened and liberated in some way. You are definitely releasing something that feels heavy and burdensome. And maybe you're letting like another like past self, like a past part of you go. And this is to become greater. There's another Rumi poem that I'm thinking about, and it's, I died as mineral and became a plant. I died as plant and rose to animal. I died as animal and I became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? So I feel like, you're really leaning into that wisdom, and your light is becoming so intense and so powerful that nothing other than truth is going to be able to exist in the presence of this light that you are cultivating inside of yourself. You have this seed, and it's being lit from within you, and it's a light that never goes out and can never be put out. It just simply is. And you were put here to heal not only yourself, but to heal other people. I feel like this light is becoming so big and bright inside of you because it's meant to be shared, and it's meant to light the way from others too. I feel like the divine definitely wants to live through you and work through you and make its way into this world through you, to reach the hearts of other people and to ignite those hearts into greater life as well. The divine is always looking to expand and wants humanity to reunite with their own divinity. And I feel like you are here to help that happen in some way. So whatever you're being pulled to, like, this is why you're feeling like this big pull and this big energy, is because like there's a greater, bigger purpose behind it. It's like if you're feeling like you need to live somewhere, it's because like you're gonna do great things in that location. Or if this is a job or a person, a connection, if you feel like you just need to get closer to someone or work somewhere, it's because like there's something greater here. It's like you're feeling something greater, and that's why it feels maybe like weird to you, like how is this possible? I don't see how this can work. But spirit is trying to like not only help you become enlightened and liberated through this process, but then once that happens, it's like your light is going to be so big that you can share it with others and like achieve something great, help the universe achieve some type of balance, equilibrium here. So yeah, this is big. It has like a bigger energy behind it. It's like something is happening on the surface, but then it's like this even bigger, brighter energy like behind it. Okay, group number 2. So that was your message. I truly hope this served you. I do offer personal readings if you would like to dive deeper into your specific situation. If you have specific questions or just want a more personalized reading, I would be more than happy to connect and to work with you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Guys, welcome to your reading. If you selected this sticker here or group number 3, we're going to pull some tarot cards to see if there are any messages that your ancestors, spirit family, soul guides would like to impart to you at this time. Oh, that card came out for group 2. These messages kind of all feel connected. I feel like I'm giving similar messages. Well, we'll see how this one goes, but okay. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy, we have the 5 of Swords. So I'm seeing here that something that once was happy, something that once had some type of permanence, some type of stability, is coming to some kind of like a painful ending. And maybe you're having a really hard time moving on from whatever this is because, at one time it was happy. I'm thinking about the Taylor Swift song All Too Well, which is a song about a relationship that didn't end up working out. It ended up ending. It ended up ending. But the reason why it's so hard to let go is because you remember all of the good times. You remember how it began, or like the feelings that you experienced while in this relationship. So I feel like that song could hold some type of significance for you, or maybe it could even just be therapeutic for you. That song really helped me through some shit, okay? It was just therapeutic for me. All Too Well, Taylor Swift, the 10-minute version. I still listen to it today. I love it so much because she just does a good job kind of expressing like that pain, the pain of what it feels to be disillusioned or to like break up, to experience the dark side of something that felt so good, that felt so happy, and at one point felt so right. And it's not to say that it wasn't right, you had to experience that. You were meant to experience whatever that was for you. You were meant to go through that. It was divine. But some things aren't meant to be lived forever. And I just feel like right now you're having a hard time letting go. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it was a mistake, that you were not on path, that you made some type of wrong decision. It just means that you guys got what you needed from that situation, and now it's time for you to move on. But I feel like you're having a hard time making that decision to let go, and you're keeping yourself in a situation that's dead, and that's only going to prolong your pain. Like, it's time for you to let something go. And I know it sucks because you probably remember the good times and the times that felt so right, and maybe you thought this was forever. But Spirit wants you to know that when one door closes, another one is opening for you. And they don't want you to settle for crumbs. And maybe at one point these weren't crumbs, but currently today we have to stay present, and we have to kind of like go with the changing currents of the moment. Change is the only constant. And it's time for you to change. It's time for you to maybe go somewhere where the energy is going to be reciprocal. Maybe like this stopped giving to you. Maybe it felt so right and it felt so good and it was perfect, it was divine, but then it just went cold. It died. It stopped giving to you. My favorite part of the song that like gets me every time is the ending of the song where she says, "In this city's barren cold, I still remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell. I remember it all too well." That part gets me every time. I don't know why. I think it's because she's like saying the details. Like she's saying like, in the city's barren cold, I even remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell. Like she even remembers like the small details of like how it glistened as it fell. And she's saying like, I remember it all too well. And she's like, the way that her voice sounds in that part, like it's kind of like she sounds so sad, and her voice drops. And it's like, I remember it all too well. I remember it with details. I remember it like it was just yesterday. I remember the feeling. Even though I don't want to remember it, I do, I don't know. It's such a good song. It's super girly, so don't make fun of me, but maybe you'll benefit from listening. Maybe it'll be therapeutic for you. Let me know. We can have a listening party together. But yeah, this one is very direct, very straightforward. I don't think this one's going to be too long because it's telling me clearly that something is over. It's ended. It didn't work out. It felt beautiful. At one point, it was perfect. It was divine. You got what you needed from the situation. But when something is cold and dies and is no longer giving to you, you shouldn't cling just because you remember it all too well. You have to stay present and be very real about what the current situation is and go according to that, move according to that. Like assuming like in Taylor's situation where it was like a relationship, that she had to let go of because like she knew that this was not it, like she knew this is not how I want to be treated. The magic is gone. there's nothing else I can do. Like, it's over, it's done. What am I going to do hanging on? I'm only going to prolong my pain and my hurt. You have to move. And even if like this is meant to come back, maybe this is meant to come back, but for the time being, you are being encouraged to move, to go with the flow, to go with the current energy. And the current energy is showing you that something is at a standstill and is no longer giving to you. And so it's time for you to go to people or interact with people or talk with people that are going to treat you fairly and be reciprocal with you, where like the give and take is there. Because I feel like whatever it is that you're holding on to, there is no give and take. It's just, it looks like there's nothing happening here. There's no movement. And maybe it feels painful because, you know, maybe at one point there was so much love here and now you feel like betrayed, or you feel like someone may have not considered you or your emotions or your feelings. And I know that sucks and that can be painful, you know. I'm telling you, listen to Taylor Swift's album, Red. It'll help you, I think, especially if you're a girl. If you're a guy, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you just have to be sad. You know, it's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's like you don't want to go through it. You don't want to go through the pain, even though like you already are. It's like you don't want to accept it. You don't want to surrender to it. But Spirit is saying that it's only through going through this grief that you will eventually find peace. You have to let it come up. Let it come up and out. Go through it, feel it, sit with it, let it happen. Cry and cry and cry if you have to. If you need a time, a phase of just being sad, that's okay. And that's normal. And that means that that your feelings, you're processing those. Healing takes a lot of work. And you just have to be patient, you know. And I promise that you will get to a point one day where things feel better and you're going to be good and you're going to feel so much better and you're going to be inspired to talk again, to have fun again, to be adventurous again, to believe in yourself again, to get out there and to have fun. And I promise that this situation that you're going through right now is only making you better. It's only making you wiser and stronger, okay? And it's going to give you, like, once you're out of like the sad stage, you're gonna feel empowered. You're gonna feel empowered. You're gonna be ready to take life on again, to grab life by the horns and like move ahead full force. You're going to find that light again. You're going to find that inner spark, that fire. You're going to feel inspired again. But for now, you just need to be sad. You just need to heal. You need to be patient. You need to sit with this. You need to grieve this. And that is okay. Spirit is also encouraging you to find friends, you know, that you can talk to throughout this process. People that are going to keep it super lighthearted and fun, and, you know, that you can like just interact with, engage with, to move on from this, to help you like break free from this. This doesn't mean like bypass all of your sad emotions. No, like when you're by yourself, you know, or if you're lucky to have someone that you feel comfortable sitting through these hard emotions with, then of course. But what I'm seeing more here is like when you're not alone and you're not processing, like make sure that you are with people that are fun and lighthearted and just like want to talk shit and like say jokes and make you laugh, and you guys can like, you know, go to different places together and try out different foods or different things, different activities. You know, just have someone there that's going to talk with you, text with you, send you messages, you know, like maybe send you like funny memes or something, or connect with people like this. I feel like connecting with people like this could be helpful for you throughout this process while you're kind of like grieving this and going through these hard, heavy emotions. So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Rumi deck to see if there are any further messages for you. Oh, we got two. Okay, so we have passion for purpose, and then we also have the impossible made possible. So we have number 2 and number 9, so those numbers could be significant. So passion for purpose. Love, like life, flows through the heart, feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. So it says, you are being initiated more deeply into your life purpose. Your passion will reveal itself to you with more depth, nuance, and beauty than ever before. If parts of your life are dissembling or do not seem to be working out as you had planned, these are symptoms of this passionate revelation. Be curious and open to what presents itself in the wake of the falling away. Be ready for the journey within now. You are strong enough to leave behind the need for external validation while you learn to validate yourself. In time, soon enough, you shall reveal your innermost beauty and be witnessed and received and acknowledged for your innate value, purpose, and divinity. But for now, dive deep. Be defiant and determined to honor your heart so your deep passion may be witnessed by you and eventually, naturally, make its way into sacred expression in the world. If you have recently discovered a new talent or purpose or have been dreaming some big dreams, this oracle comes to you with guidance and confirmation. Follow your excitement. Let it lead you into your own heart truth and onto an ever more passionate path of purposeful living. And then number 9, we have the impossible made possible. It says, love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountains into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. You are guided to drop any doubt and open up your mind. Allow your imagination to be inspired as though you are a child in a great garden hearing the breath of the earth and the wind-whipped leaves and the voices of the ancestors and bird song. The universe wants something to happen for you, something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique divine destiny. Your mind will wonder if it is even possible. People around you may wonder the same thing, but your heart will burn for it to become real, to become more than a fantastic, improbable dream. You'll want it with all of your soul. You may not even be consciously aware yet about what this great desire is, but your heart knows. It holds the secret knowledge and will unveil it when your mind can handle it. So you can close your eyes and say with me out loud, with Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, as my witness, I now offer myself into the hands of the all-loving creative intelligence of this universe. I release all vows, intentions, or beliefs ever made, consciously or unconsciously, in this or any lifetime, that are based in doubt and fear, holding back from creative fruition of my soul upon the earth. I dedicate myself to love and accept the gift of grace that brings me into greater fulfillment now. May I be blessed so I can surrender resistance and accept what is coming to me now for what it is, a gift of love. So yes, that was your message. You are being led more into your purpose. This is all divinely led and guided. There are no mistakes, even when we are presented with hurt and grief and sadness. This is all part of the path. This is all part of the process. Even this is divine. And it's just like the universe just wants to open doors for you, bigger doors, so that you can be happy. They saw that you were not at your best here. And so this had to happen to lead you to your truest, most authentic path. This is all very led. You have so much protection and guidance. Like your spirit angels and your soul family is really, really with you right now. I really feel them strongly. They're coming through energetically as well as through the cards and the oracle cards. They want you to know that you are protected, you are held, you are loved, and you are not alone. You are being led, okay? So much love to you. I truly hope this message served you. I do also offer personal readings if you'd like to dive deeper into your specific situation. If you have any specific questions or if you just want a more personalized reading, I would be more than happy to connect with you and work with you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.